Welcome back to WFO's 12 Rigs of Christmas, and today we are in Colusa, and this is one of my favorite Jeeps WFO has ever built. This was our first build, actually started before the company even existed back in 2000, and this is our friend Kurt Stassi.
Class of 86, and it's Kurt like dirt. I'm not a captain, and I'm not a hurt Kurt. Hey, wait a minute. We forgot something. Hey, buddy, how are you? Hey, welcome back.
How's it going, Stassi?
Hey, thanks for coming all the way to Havre, Montana, just to do this shoot. I appreciate it.
I thought we were in the Yukon.
It's the same thing. It all looks the same.
My
you never know.
GPS malfunctioned.
Yeah, piece of junk.
So Kurt basically put the socks in Crocs, made that cool, you know what I mean? And he kind of marches to his own beat, if you know what I mean. And that's kind of what the inspiration. What is that? What you say? Or do you beat your own drum, or how's that work?
No, it's called unique.
Unique.
It's just unique.
So he decided he wanted to make something completely different and out there, and this is what you did, right, Stas?
Well, kind of. The very first day that I had it, I was taking it to the shop, and my wife passed me, and I had to duck my head, and she pulled up and looked at me, and she says, "What is that?" And I said, "It's our new Jeep." She said, "Wherever you're going, leave it there and get your ass home." And so that's how it started.
About that, we just hide it and don't tell them. So that's what Stas did for about 3 years. And it started out down in my shop in Richmond before I started WFO. I was working on it. I was hitting the pick and pull. That's where I sourced the front end, the dual transfer cases, a bunch of stuff. And then as the company started, this was the first Jeep that rolled into the shop. So as you can see, the front clip speaks for itself on this thing, right, Stas?
Well, it originally started as an affordable build. We were going to molest my old Jeep and put everything on here, but I wanted to chrome the twin sticks, and so then it started.
This was the CJ tub that he bought, and then what in the hell did you do to that tub originally?
Well,
what did you put on the front of that?
It was a very nice, unique YJ front clip with the lesbian headlights.
Who takes a collector's item, a CJ6, an unbelievable Jeep, and puts square headlights?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
That's Kurt Stassi, ladies and gentlemen.
I do that.
Yeah, I mean, you could see him at local bars, shooting the boot, eating live crawdads. If you want him to screw with one of your guys, he'll put fire ants in their pillow. He'll tent bomb them. He's not afraid to do anything.
Oh, shit could happen. You never know.
So it had the YJ clip, and then it ended up with this clip. What's this clip?
This clip is a 48 Jeepster, and it all started because I rolled on Ford ice, and when I came back, Trevor says, "Hey, I can fix that." And the cool thing is that when I showed up at the shop, this is the metal that comes underneath the YJ clips. All of a sudden, when you straighten it out, that's how you get the, yeah, you get it.
Not quite. So basically, take a look at this hood. The lines are absolutely immaculate. Where the hinges sit in are all custom formed. So our sheet metal guy, Ben, down in Sacramento, he basically used this section of the hood, hand formed the sides.
Well, what he did, look, he kept this part of the hood right here. Then he cut down this line right here. He made these side pieces and then stretched the back 6 inches. And I didn't want that original piano hinge. I wanted these nostalgics.
So he molded in the CJ.
So he molded in a little foot and everything to make it look factory.
And then the grill, we basically just cut down, so the grill isn't super modified, and the fenders are completely from scratch. So take a look underneath here. You know, nothing like a little trail dirt, but if you look at the underneath of the hood, you can't see any signs of Bondo or sheet metal welding. That's how good of a job he did.
And he made a new backbone.
Yeah, this is actually most of the YJ backbone molded into that those hood pieces. So you're looking at the power plant right now. This started with a throttle body 350 way back in the day, and then about halfway through the build, we made a little change, huh, Stas?
Well, we lost a little oil pressure.
So this is a Ramjet 350 right from GM Performance, all stock. As you can see, we have York onboard air compressor. We have Hydro Boost brakes like we always do. Standard mechanical fan with a shroud. We had a problem keeping it cool from the beginning, right, Stas? We had electric fans.
Well, we had the tranny overheating.
Do not believe in electric fans ever.
No, they're junk.
Mechanical fan, this thing's 180 degrees. Got dual Odyssey battery. We have the ARB air compressor separate from the regular compressor. So everything under the hood has its place. It's really tight. And Kevin at WFO, he did a lot of this work, and it's immaculate work.
Kevin Kevin is FNG. He's the effing new guy. He's been the effing new guy for what, 12 years now?
Anymore. So Kevin built these fenders completely from scratch. So if you take a look at this, it looks like the Willys fender, but you feel with your fingers it's about 1.5 inches thick. So what this is a tube frame, custom formed, and then he skinned it with sheet metal, welded it, ground it. So this is completely from scratch. Even the drip rail inside, if you look, the whole entire inner fender well, all hand formed. And then as he worked down the back of the fender, rolled it into that kind of cool flat fender Willys step you see there. Don't mind the shadows. It's a nice day, but they get in it. And then to top it off, Stas has his OG chrome WFO plaque. And as we walk around this Jeep, you're going to realize that Stas is an odd one, and he definitely believes in his chrome and his funky wheels and everything else. So,
well, it's just like these fenders. I mean, I care what it costs, but I didn't want tube fenders, so I don't have tube fenders.
They're just covered in sheet metal. So on the front end, pretty simple. I pulled this out of the North Richmond pick and pull. So this is a 78 F250 Dana 44 narrowed. It has our high steer, and actually I built those high steer before WFO was even started in the shop in Richmond, and it's narrowed to about 58 inches wide. As you work around to the interior, why don't you show them the interior, Stas?
Well, this is a whole nother thing. As you can see, I couldn't just do regular seats, so I had to go with the ostrich, just because they're unique with the nice leather. And as you can see, there's no doors.
The center console with the ostrich as well.
Oh yes, and since it's no doors and it's cold, and the heater is for the wife over there, so I did the heater seaters in the front.
You call those heat seaters?
Whatever they are.
Heat seaters. I think
yeah,
you call them heat seaters.
They warm up your buns.
Yep. And then if you pan it back and look at the roll cage, who actually runs a roll cage this big? This looks like Colt Seavers, the Fall Guy.
Oh, I had one of those too when I was 16.
So this is 3-inch tubing, and actually had to send it out and have it custom bent. Tim helped us up in Chico, and then a lot of work forming in the stereo console, the CB console, dome light, overhead speaker. Now tell us why all the switches are up here, Stas.
Because I don't like switches, and I wanted a very clean dash. And you notice that we chromed it, because you'll notice later when we sit in here, girls with mini skirts, you can see perfect right out of the dash. The other cool thing is it doubles because my air gauges and my temp gauge are in the console here.
Oh, so you can look at them
and
off
you
the
can
dash.
read them right off the dash.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
and
it works great.
These are those chrome sticks for the doubler we talked about.
Yeah, that's
right?
the whole reason why this Jeep
So this
happened.
is a Chevy Turbo 400 to a Chevy 203 front half on the doubler to a Ford 205. So this is the doubler high-low. This is the single stick for the 205. The dash right here is on a piano hinge. Undo these 4 screws. Everything folds down. All the fuses, wiring, relays are all in this dash. 6.5's in here. Mojave heater. And then you got the tilt column with the automatic on it.
Yeah, I had to have the automatic on the column.
And this is one of the amplifiers. This thing has a giant stereo system, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So one of the amplifiers, 3 drink holders up front. And then this shows the age of the vehicle, huh? You got a DVD player there?
Well, actually, this is why you go to WFO. You take it in there to do normal fixes, and when you come back, you end up with drop-down TV in the rear, a TV in the front, you get an MP3 player, you get heater seaters, and all that for just one low price, which, you know, was crazy because I didn't even order this shit.
You know, this thing right here, Stassi says, I want all the switches up high, right? You know how hard it is to run all the wiring for every control on the vehicle up into the roll cage? Not easy, Stas. You said do it, we did it.
Hey, we'll make it happen.
Yep. So the back, more ostrich. Used to have the back of the seat for the kids. Now you put your worst best friend back here, and you make them beat into the ice chest and the roof on the Jamboree.
Oh, and then the kids' names are in the headrests of the back seats too.
You got your new ARB fridge. used to have just an ice chest. Now, I always like to, when's the last time?
I don't know that I'd open that.
When's the last time you
I
had
wouldn't
this
open
out?
that.
When's the last time you had it out?
Well, you
6
know what? It
months
is
ago?
winter.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I bet those are good.
All right, I got to gather myself here. Let me show you a few other things we got going on. So, this was one of our first swinging tire rack.
And this was
Fully
the
loaded
other
in
must, was I had to be able to get to my tools fully loaded.
Alternator, straps, tie downs, everything right there under the ice chest. Easy to get to at a moment's notice. So that is one of my favorite things about Stassi's Jeep. Plus, that giant dance floor on the top is always a good time too, huh, Stas?
Well, it doubles as a slumber
Lee
slumber
Cole
nest.
slept up there.
Leak hole and squeaky.
So one of our signature moves here is to do the heavy-duty steel gas tank, right, Stas? So
It's its own skid plate.
25 gallons, quarter-inch steel. So for the rear axle, it's got a rock crusher, Pro Rock 60 rear, 35 spline, Explorer brakes in the rear. This has F-150 rear.
F-150.
In the front and rear, F-150 springs, spring over.
And then we did something a little bit different. If you want to come in and check this out, we did this on the rear instead of the front like normal.
So it was a little soft and spongy with spring over, so we went ahead and put an anti-rock sway bar in the rear. That really made it drive a lot better, right?
And it doesn't disconnect. It's fully engaged the whole time, and this thing rocks.
37-inch Maxises, and what do you got here, Sass? 15-inch rims? What is it, the 90s?
Oh, yeah. And I had to do solids.
Solid aluminum, 15-inch rims, 1350 CV rear drive line. I mean, take a look at this. Look at all these years of the Jamboree. This thing is not a showpiece. So what is that, about 17 years of the Jeepers Jamboree, huh, Stas?
Oh, yeah, I'm not afraid.
The year we finished this thing, which was probably like 02, 03, there it is right there. 2005 was the first one up there. Stassi showed right up on the Jamboree. Look at all these Jamboree stickers right here. So this is a guy that gets out, gets in the Jeep, has a good time, wheels it, and I think we ought to take a ride in this
And
thing.
sometimes we break it.
Rolls it.
Well, we roll it.
And I haven't ridden in this in probably 10 years, so I say we go for a ride, Stas.
Let's burn it.
All right. Just like that, another 12 rings of Christmas.
You got fire. You got fire extinguisher?
Yeah, is the key off?
Fire. Let's go.
We got, hey, get a fire extinguisher from the house.
I can't get the fucking thing off.
Fuck.
Fire extinguisher. Good puddles or anything? You coming outside?
You gotta get that thing. You gotta get that.
thing out. Fire extinguisher. Back in the Jeep, back in the Jeep. Where's the battery? I don't know where the battery shut off is. It's still burning underneath?
No. Oh, that shut off.
We saved it, Sass. Holy fuck. You alright? Alright. Let this be a lesson to you guys in your fire extinguishers. Stas had it in there, completely full. He went to pull it out. The latch broke.
Thing's a piece of
So
junk.
Santa had to run all the way back to the house and get the old Alhambra water bottle there and put it out. And to be honest with you, we burned battery wires and a couple of small things under the hood, thank God. Didn't damage the body or anything else, and she's out. So have to do a little electrical work, but
Dodged another one.
that's the way to end 12 rigs at Christmas. Stay tuned for the next one. You never know what's gonna happen.
Trevor's on fire. Happy Christmas, Merry New Year. And as you can see, this little knob that takes this out is broken. And I couldn't get to the fire extinguisher. Therefore, see, I'm still trying to turn it, nothing. It won't wiggle. That was the drawback to our scenario.